Hey guys, welcome to the Shunya Studio, and today I'm gonna show you how to make this Ben Bohmer style lead sound. Of course, I've changed the notes because of the copyright issues, but yeah, this is the sound, and what I've used is pigments and a little bit of processing. So I'm gonna turn off the processing and show you how I've reached here. Um, so basically, first I started with just a piano sound just to figure out the notes. Yeah, so that is just something I like to do before going into sound design, just to make sure that it sounds good, even on a basic piano sound, right? So then I moved to pigments and I've selected the saw wave here. Then most of the work is done by the envelopes. This is the volume envelope and this is the filter envelope. Both are kind of same, but I kept them separate just to have more control. So let me turn off the filter and show you what I've done with just the volume envelope here. So basically very quick attack and medium decay. Sustain is 0. And then of course the sound is very bright, so I've used a filter here which is the MS20 LP12 filter. I really like this one. So turn lower the cutoff to around here, 100 and around 100 hertz I would say, and then use another envelope of similar shape and then just play around with it until it sounds close to that shape of filter that you hear, right? So let's listen to this now. And I've added just a little bit of resonance, and this is kind of already there. But what I've done is I've added a delay. I think it's a dotted eighth note delay, yeah, and have filtered it quite a bit, so I am not using the highs and the super lows of this delay, and also a little bit of reverb. This is just basic processing. Actually, I am not a huge fan of the pigments effects, but I just wanted to show you what can be done by using the effects in pigments. And then after that, to make the sound a little more in your face and aggressive, in a good way, I've used a little bit of saturation here. So let's listen to this with and without decapitator. You can hear that it's much more aggressive, like the top end is coming out nicely. Um, and then again, to make the attack a little more in your face, to make the sound punchier, I've used a compressor. And the settings that I've used for the compressor is medium slow kind of attack and fast release. And why I do that is so that the initial transient kind of bypasses the compressor, and then the compressor ducks the rest of the waveform, and then when I increase the volume, basically it results in a much clearer transient. So I'll show that to you. Let's listen to it first with and without the compressor. Of course, I have increased the volume a little bit. Let me volume match it, then listen to it. Like if you just focus on the attack, you will hear that it's a little more prominent, and these small things kind of help. um, I just increased this just to increase overall volume, but it's not a trick. The compressor is actually really working well. And then I've added a little bit of just 9% of a large reverb just to create that ambience. So let's listen to the final sound again. To be honest, I actually like this, uh, you know, more than the sound that you hear in the track, but that's because this is by itself. It's more full, but when you put it into a mix, you will have to probably cut down the lows, right, to give space to the bass. And that's why if you compare it to the original track, you will see that that sound is a little more mid heavy and doesn't have as many lows, whereas this one has a little prominent bottom end. And yeah, I mean, just by itself this really sounds good to me, and you can use this sound in your leads. Let's listen to it one more time, and then we'll wrap this video up. Thank you so much. Let me know if you want more tutorials like this, and I'll see you next time.